Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deals. So I asked ChatGPT another question in my Ask ChatGPT series almost at this point, but I've been really utilizing ChatGPT as a financial counselor, as a therapist, and to give me a lot of information to help me make more informed decisions. Because usually the fear of the unknown, the fear of analysis paralysis is just lack of knowledge. So I feel like ChatGPT has been giving me a lot of like perspective and knowledge because I made a video about it, but I still, even despite building a $7+ million net worth, I still have the poor mindset, if I'm being honest, and I haven't. That helped me build my net worth, but it's not helping me optimize my net worth. It's not helping me enjoy my net worth, and not helping me in my next phase of my life. Right. So being in a place of lack, being in a place of wanting more, helped me build the net worth. But that's a different skill set to enjoy the net worth and to really take it to that next level. Right. If I do want to be worth like 100 million or 50 million or whatever that looks like. Right. And I don't know if I do want to get there right now. I do still want to buy my real estate. I enjoy it. I do like to live lifestyle. I'm very lifestyle oriented. So it's getting a fine balance of, enjoying life while still like feeling a sense of progress, I would say. And in terms of like me, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, knowledge wise, I'm just curious to see like what my full potential is. And you hear there's a lot of podcasts like after you attain a certain goal, it's just really to see like what else could you do, and just leaving the tank on empty as kind of a metaphor. So ask ChatGPT, what's the average net worth and what is needed to retire in Los Angeles, California? So I just picked a high cost of living area. So basically, they gave me a nice breakdown of the average net worth based on age. So I'm currently 35 years old. So as you can see here, for 35 to 44-year-olds, the average net worth is about 100,000, and top 10% is 2 million, right? So I'm already above that. I'm at a $7 million net worth. So I'm actually above most 65-year-olds, despite only being 35, right? So, interesting perspective. And I did ask ChatGPT, like based on my net worth and my age, what percent am I in for my age? And I'm in the top 1% for my age group, right? So, obviously a lot of richer people who own like tech companies. But hey, not too bad from somebody who wasn't really taught much and don't have an entrepreneur bug compared to like all these tech bros like Mark Zuckerberg. So how much do you need to retire in Los Angeles? So obviously retirement depends on three things. It's going to depend on your annual lifestyle spending, which is I would say within your control. And healthcare and inflation, obviously, hopefully, being healthy. And inflation is always a factor. And then longevity planning. So obviously for me, if I'm retiring early at, let's say, 35 to 40, and assuming you live to like 85, you basically need to sustain this for like 40 years plus. So basically the baseline is about 120 to 180K a year for middle upper lifestyle in LA, which is our current lifestyle, right? So it's about 10 to 15K per month. And here, they're assuming the 4% rule. So if you want to lean fire in LA, which I don't recommend, if I want to lean fire in LA, I'd rather relocate to a cheaper state, like Nevada or Arizona, or I guess there's some pockets in Los Angeles where or some cities like Bakersfield or Sacramento, or less desirable areas, they're more affordable, obviously. So you could lean fire, but for me, I'd rather lean. I wouldn't want lean fire, right? I have a video talking about why I want fat fire, actually. So comfortable and family is about 120K. So you need about a $3 million net worth, and upper middle is about 450, about 5 million, living off 180K. And then, so I think that range of 120 to 180 is probably comfortable. And then luxury fire is like 20K per month at a $7 million plus net worth. So actually I'm in that range, right? So technically, a lot of my real estate is, relatively speaking, have bad return on equities. So if I were to 1031 exchange my properties of bad return on equity and transform that into leveraged assets where I own more properties in more cash flow markets like Huntsville, Alabama, or Oklahoma City, obviously I can juice up my cash flow to get to that point. Another video that I talked about, for me, and it says it right here. If you own your home outright, it will reduce your retirement number by about 1 million to 1.1 million. So if you have no rent or mortgage, you save about for me, $5,500 a month, right? So with that caveat, I could basically live an upper middle. So if it's $5,000 a month is your average mortgage or rent, that's $60,000 a year. So I could essentially live an upper middle lifestyle on 120K because I don't have a mortgage or anything, right? So it expedites your retirement a little bit earlier, lays a strong foundation. So for me to luxury fire, I could literally just be about 180K, right? Which is about 15K per month. And, as I broke down my last example, if I were to sell my first single family home I bought in 2017, which has a lot of equity, I could use that, pay off my primary, no more mortgage of $5,500 per month. I can sell my second property I bought in 2019 and use that to pay off so that property cash flows about $1,000 a month. Because it's kind of like a makeshift duplex. And from there, I would sell it, lose 100,000. So I go, or $1,000 a month. So I go from 10,000 to $9,000 a month. But I could use that equity to pay off debt of my 26 unit and my 20 unit, and which is about $700,000. So I could sell the property, use the equity to pay off that property, and probably have to put a little bit of money out of my pocket, which I have, and from there wipe off that debt, which is about $5,000 a month between the two, right? Because now they're debt free. So now I went from 10,000, sold my property down to 9,000, but now I have 5,000 less in debt, so my cash flow increased by 5,000. So that's $14,000 a month. You times that by 12, that's close to $160,000, or maybe a little higher, $165,000, which is like upper middle lifestyle. Obtaining this at the age of 35, right? So it is really possible. And knowing me, if I continue to buy and I continue to stack good deals, like I can eventually migrate up to that luxury fire, right? And remember, I'm able to live a luxury fire lifestyle at 180K with a paid off house, right? But if I really want that 250K, spend 20K per month and live really, really luxury, I can slowly get there too. I can maybe live an upper middle early retirement and then, continue to stack real estate, continue to buy good apartments, continue to buy good new construction, continue to wipe off some debt potentially. So like ideally I would love to buy 10 single family homes, create a finance in Huntsville, Alabama, or doing the new construction BRRRR strategy using a HELOC on my paid off house. And then using that to basically buy deals at a discount and then do cash out refinance to pull up my money. And hopefully those properties cash flow. And over 10, 15 years, they will hopefully, double from, let's say, 250 to 500 in value. And you sell off half and you use that half to pay off the other half. And now you own 5 more properties free and clear that rent for, $2,000 a month. So that's a 10K additional. And then let's say your expenses are 40%. That's $6,000 a month in additional cash flow. Has about 12, that's another $70,000 a year, which gets you to that luxury fire number of 250K a year passive, right? And that's just my real estate. That's not factoring in my stock portfolio, right? So, my stock portfolio, 2 million, assuming the 4% rule, it's roughly $80,000 a year. So I have 160 from my real estate, potentially plus another 80, that's 240, close to 250. So there you go, like right there, right? So I could obtain luxury fire through my 4% rule of my portfolio plus real estate, or just purely through real estate. And then, have the stock portfolio supplement my real estate depending on the ups and downs. If I have a bad tenant, if I have a vacancy, if I have a major repair, then I can supplement that with my withdrawing from my portfolio or just cutting down expenses that month. That's something that I saw, but I really think $120,000 a year, which is 10K per month, with a paid off house, $10,000 a month, like Christine and I could live very well with a family of 4, if I'm being honest, right? Like, the property tax insurance is about $2,000. Each kid is $2,000 on average, according to ChatGPT. So it's $6,000, and that $6,000 the rest for, things for us and things to travel, right? So pretty good lifestyle there. But obviously, if it's 15K per month, that's really, really good. So retirement planning formula, once again, it's a 4% rule. So, you just backtrack and kind of summary, interesting. Average person in LA is underprepared for retirement. I think that's the downfall today. Obviously financial literacy is not taught in school, and it's really hard nowadays to be frugal with so many things, with social media and just you can buy so many different things and go to so many events and so many conveniences and buying on Amazon and all this. It's so easy to spend money today, right? It's so easy to spend money. So basically, to retire comfortably in LA with a family of 4, you need about a $3 to $5 million net worth, especially if you are paying a mortgage. But if you own your home and generate passive income, you can retire from 2 to 3 million. right? So that's kind of my goal. I want to own a house free and clear here. And a lot of people in my position where I know, like, their parents own a house free and clear, and when they pass away, eventually we're going to inherit free and clear houses. So it's really a advantage that a lot of kids have that group in upper middle class. So I'm very fortunate that that's going to be my situation as well, and Christine's situation, and a lot of my friends. They're going to inherit free and clear houses, or some people multiple free and clear houses. So that's how kind of generational wealth is built, but you can easily lose generational wealth if you don't know how to manage your money well. So, interesting that ChatGPT says about 120 to 180, right? And 120 with a paid off house is a very, very comfortable lifestyle of 10K per month. If I can juice that up to 15K, which I think I could, it's like no questions, right? Like no questions. Like you can live off my real estate income, and if I have a bad month, then I could, withdraw from my portfolio and then live life on my terms. So, very eye opening to see these numbers and to really like analyze it. So I just want to share your mindset with you as, me as I'm approaching my fire. At this point, the numbers, it checks off. It's just a matter of like, when I feel ready to, step away from my W-2, when I feel ready that I've exhausted everything from my W-2, that I have nothing else to prove, nothing else to learn, and I'm ready for that next step, that next journey, that next chapter. So anyways, if you want to be able to retire early like myself from multifamily real estate, click on my link tree down below. From there, you could get links to my coaching, my courses, and send me an email as well if you have any questions or want a discount code. Otherwise, let me know what questions you have. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully like these videos where I'm asking ChatGPT questions and really analyzing it and breaking it down. But otherwise, hope to see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.